32% thumbs down. A whopping 62% did not watch. And right on cue, every time the didn't watch option ticks up a little bit higher in our poll, I don't know if 62 is the new high water mark, but it's up there. Every time our didn't watch percentage goes up, it corresponds to Raw scoring a new low in the Nielsen ratings, as they did this week. Raw had its lowest non-holiday rating in the history of the show, a 1.61, which is good for 2.29 million viewers. That includes live and same-night DVR viewership. And according to a report in The Torch, the 10-week rolling average for Monday Night Raw heading into this past week was a 1.96. This episode marks 12 weeks in a row where the rating has clocked in at less than a 1.8. Now, they have dealt with injuries and illness. They're missing Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman, arguably the two biggest names on that roster, outside of Brock Lesnar, who never shows up. But to me, that excuses nothing. When you look at the pattern is clear. And it stretches back long before Raw lost either Roman Reigns or Braun Strowman. The rating 2 years ago for Monday Night Raw was a 2.08. A year ago, it was a 1.96. Now, it is routinely under a 1.8. This is a steady decline over a period of time. Much like the quality of this show, a steady decline over a period of time. This is also, by the way, the chickens coming home to roost. Is that okay for me to say, PETA? I'm not sure. I'm going to get to them later. But this is the chickens coming home to roost, because they put everything behind Roman Reigns. Everything behind this one person. He's going to be our guy. He's going to be the guy. And now that he's gone, it's like they don't know what to do. Braun Strowman was over in a big way. He's still over, but he was over in a really big way. But they turned him. They turned him because they needed a heel to feed to Roman Reigns. Build heavily around one guy, and unless you have a strong supporting cast like WWE was very fortunate to have in 2000, when Stone Cold Steve Austin went down, they had The Rock on the ascent, they had Triple H on the ascent, they had Mick Foley there to help put over those guys, or Triple H anyway. I guess he put Rock over the year before. But they don't have a truly strong supporting cast these days the way they did back then. Not with this bipolar booking, they don't. Maybe they could, but they don't. They book these guys into oblivion, so nobody cares about them. So there's no strong supporting cast. And so this is what happens. But McMahon has his millions, so why deviate from the formula, right? Smackdown was live from Austin, Texas. Over 3,000 votes, 46% thumbs up, just 5% thumbs down, 49% of you said you did not watch. Now, that was higher than last week in terms of the people who didn't watch, and it reflected, much like Raw, in the ratings for this episode. Now, look, if we're going to call out Raw for repelling viewers away, we need to do the same thing for SmackDown. SmackDown does not have a pattern for consistently repelling viewers the way Raw does, but still, this week's SmackDown did its lowest rating since moving live to Tuesdays, second only to the night of the presidential election 2 years ago. That was the one night where it did fewer viewers. 1.9 million, so they are under 2 million viewers now for SmackDown. And we're less than a year away now until SmackDown moves to Fox. But in some good news that is sort of tied into SmackDown here, tickets went on sale for Becky Lynch's VIP access session for the Royal Rumble weekend, and it sold out in 90 seconds. That's pretty cool.